Here we are again, another Sunday night, another batch of Super League playoff games, and the final is that close. You can almost taste it. Tonight, we name our first finalist. Will it be Badgers? Will it be Vikings? Badgers holding the advantage. The loser of that match will play the winner of the one-off shootout between Sancte and East Coast. I stuck a quick poll out earlier this evening. Badgers and Coast overwhelming favourites for their individual ties. Good evening, Dimble. Yes, Alex, it is that time again. 2 matches tonight. We start off with East Coast versus Sancte in that one-off game before heading over to the second leg between Vikings and Badgers. Let's get straight into the action. Quick look at the rules first for anyone who's not familiar. So max 3 foreign players in the matchday squad. Not too much of an issue at this stage in the Super League. Golden goal, extra time played if scores are level after 90 minutes. Who could forget that dramatic night when Fulchester beat Devils a few seasons ago? One of the few times the golden goal rule came into play. Penalty shootout if the scores remain level after extra time. 5 subs named, maximum 3 used, and the past meetings between the 2 sides. And look at that, 2 wins, a piece and a draw. Coast ahead literally by the virtue of 1 goal. The home side has won the last 2 encounters in this, which reads well for Coast. Oh, apparently you can't see any of that. Hang on, let me click this box again. There you go. So there's all the rules that I just read out. And there's the past meetings I was just discussing. And the last 3 games between these sides have been 1-0. Here is the Coast team. It is as is to the last game, with the one exception, Zayaleus back in the 11. Ronaldinho, of course, another one against his former manager. Hashtag WIAB continues in this crucial one-off match. As Sancte, they keep this formation that they've amended to in recent weeks. The alteration in the team, Cure, you're almost sounding better than... Thank you, mate. Thank you. Kuhl moving from attacking midfield out to the right wing. Finnan dropped entirely. Back returns to support Inzaghi and Owen. A couple of changes on the subs bench as well for Sancte. So the vote, as I said, had Coast as overwhelming favourites. Now that you've seen the teams, let's hear your thoughts as we kick off the first of two matches tonight. Who is going through? Coast, Sancte? Let me know. 90 minutes, extra time, penalties. What are we thinking? First chance of the game going to the away side, who have started quite strong. And there is the goal. And it's Archie back, but Michael Owen goes off injured. So it's 1-0 to the away team, but they've now lost one of their main two strikers. I'm fully expecting Back to move forward, perhaps Kuhl also to move forward to where he played last time. And Steve Finnan may be on back in the position that he has been playing for the majority of the season. The early comments coming in the chat: Sancte for Alex, 2-1 Sancte for Paul. What does Duggan do here? Yeah, as expected. So we're going bang, bang, and Finnan on. Just for the benefit, there we go on the screen. Let's continue on. In what has been an exciting day of football, the Old Firm derby at lunchtime was superb entertainment. I understand that the Liverpool Man United game was interesting as well, although I missed it. I was at boot camp. 2-0, and our Coast going to be out of this before half time. And there is half time, 2-0 to the away side, and Sancte continue this great spell of form. Look at the East Coast have created just as many chances and have actually had more on target, but have failed to breach Khan, whereas Sancte, just 2 of their 6 on target, both going in. Taibbi not having a great game at all. Plates didn't lose, indeed. Swindon won at the weekend too. What a weekend of football. Very, very average. We saw actually in the last stream, Mike saying Rose chose exactly the wrong time not to turn up for a game. And it looks like Duggan is currently moist at the halfway stage. It looks like East Coast have done the same thing. Duggan going as is, just as I show his team up on the screen. Yapstam, the only player in the book. No conditional issues for those who remain on the pitch. And we're getting changes for Coast. Dimble is reacting. So there's a change of goalkeeper at half time. Sancho for Bergstrom. Where is he? There he is. Double changes. And we go to 60. Jens already predicting Sancte Vikings, the Pokemon derby, for a place in the final. Let's go to the hour mark and see if these changes can do anything for Coast. And there's one back. And it's Andrei Shevchenko. Oh, a minute before the hour. Couldn't quite get it on time. Zanetti putting in sorry, let me try that again. Zanetti putting in a very good performance for East Coast here. They have got their 1 goal back. Dimble will suddenly be interested again. Duggan will not be as comfortable as he was at half time. Still nobody in the book. And just the one player below 90%. Indeed, Dan. Tense is the perfect word to describe this game. Well, game on indeed. Game on indeed. While Dimble considers his options, let's have a quick look over at Sancte and see what they're doing. Lots of 7s, couple of 8s, and Dai. They only put outfield player remaining that started. Finnan also on a 6, who's joined Stam in the book. Condition-wise, no real issues to speak of. And Dimble acting first. So let's go back over to Coast. Moving the defensive midfielders up. And then a substitution as well. Romeo for Hussein. Duggan is substituting the substitute. Everyone loves it when this happens in real life. Finnan, and that will do us. No worries. Half an hour to play. Subs and tactical decisions made. What happens next? 20 minutes to play. Let's slow it down a little bit. There's only 2 games tonight. We're in no rush. And it's 2-2! It's a mistake by Ndai. He's put it into his own net. We mentioned he'd been having a mare by his usually high standards. And now could he have cost his team because East Coast are coming forward in waves? So Elias trips and Zaghi gets booked. Ronaldinho picks it up. Zanetti. Shevchenko. Romeo. Shevchenko and Romeo again. Oh, they've done it! They've turned it around. Campbell's put in his own goal. What on earth has happened to Sancte? Wow. 2 own goals. Cool. 2 minutes being added on. We're into those 2 now. That should be it. One last chance, maybe. Gardo, Ambrosini, back! What a save! Sancte with the corner. Stam! It's blocked by Frede. And East Coast have won it. Wow, that was dramatic. 3-2. Oh, my days. Just seeing what's going on in the chat. Own goal. Yep. Squeaky bum time indeed. Wow. Just wow. F in hell. Late limbs. Oh, my Lord. What a game. Can we get some dogs to translate the high-pitched commentary? Well, you want passion and commitment, don't you? Not even the Lord can help Sancte now. What a finish. This is what you've all tuned in for on a Sunday night. Even Dimble doesn't know what to say. Oh, man. Duggan played them, mate. Changes were good, but there's nothing you can do there. Cruel mistress. The game did not want you winning that, Duggan. Absolutely bonkers, Steve. All the emotions, great games, great game that. Well done to East Coast, who progress to the next round to play the loser of the next game, which is Vikings versus Badgers. But that is unreal the way that's ended. Zanetti gets man of the match. Honestly, Mike, I can't remember last time we saw 2 OGs. Inspired substitutions, you could say, as well. Banana with that late save, keeping it at 3-2 as well. And what do you say if you, Doug? I mean, you performed well. Your own players have cost you there. And I'm sure although he'll be disappointed, obviously, can't be too disappointed. But that's just unreal. How come the stadium is Auckland, but it's the Aussie League? Pretty much the same as how Cardiff and Swansea play in England, I suppose. There we go. But congratulations to East Coast, who progress as we click through. Oh, speaking of which, just seeing that reminds me, I have had a message from Ian. He's well. He's hoping to be back in amongst it. I know Ross said something similar the other day. Just wanted to let you know that I had heard from him. And we progress to Badgers versus Vikings. So let's just remind ourselves here. Away goals usually scores a level after 90 minutes. Golden goal if scores a level. Penalty shootout. And so the away goals rule is crucial as Badgers hold a 2-0 lead, obviously, from the away game. So Vikings have it all to do. And they make changes. It's Nedved and Emerson in midfield with Sokoviak supporting Henry. Kaladze replaces Jeremy's, and Lasisi replaces the unavailable Ferdinand. He normally does name a captain. Jens, let me know if you want a. Let me know if you did name a captain, and I'll change it before kickoff. Normally it's Cafu, but he's not in the team tonight. As for Badgers, they are pretty much as is. Getting inside, no worries. They have made changes to the DM line. They do hold that 2-goal lead, and I think they're looking at the fact that Butt, who drops to the bench, and God's gift to midfielders Simeone are a yellow away from missing the next game. They have been dropped from the starting 11. So can this game offer as much drama as the first? Let's find out who's going to qualify. Let me know. Badgers 2 goals up, 2 away goals up as well. Put it in the chat what you think is going to happen. It's a very fast start by the home team. Vikings are playing their way back into this. 17 on the clock. Alex is predicting more drama. Steve with one of the most bizarre comments I've seen. Zizi Roberts has scored to make it 3-0 on aggregate, 1-0 on the night. And what that also means is there will not be extra time. We know that for sure. And half-time, 1-0 to the home side. And again, Badgers dominating Vikings. Jens just cannot sort this out. We saw something similar in the first game from what I remember. Badgers absolutely dominating. Tato already going as is before I'd even put his side up on the screen. I think Jens perhaps planning for that extra game against East Coast. So perhaps expecting this. But they are 1-0 down at half-time. Henri is in the book. All 6s and 7s. No conditional issues. Tato spotting that Okoronkwo will be out of the next match, which is likely to be now the grand final, unless Vikings can stage a 3-goal comeback in this second half. Jens was watching on mute, so I just hope that he's taking it in. While we wait, the schedule for the remaining games, because there'll be one game and then one game. I will speak to the 3 managers left in it afterward, or tomorrow more likely, to see how quickly they want this to be over with, and it'll either be done throughout the course of the midweek, or the one game will be sometime in the midweek with the grand final on Sunday. So we've got 5 for Belma. That's out to the left. That's it. Good game, Tater. And there's 4. Badgers have annihilated. You think how good Vikings were all through the domestic season, and they've just not turned up at all in this playoffs. The game has stopped itself on the hour with Foe going off injured. Yepes, Lasisi, which I think, if I remember rightly, does that mean he's now? Oh, no, I'm obviously thinking of the wrong player. Will we be doing anything special, Fifey, as you bow out? No, probably not. No one needs me to be making a song and dance of these things, do they? We've got Tomad for Henri. Koviak, Foe, swap. What? Swap with like this? And then I'm presuming you want Brozek on? Like that. Oh yeah, I think I did work it out. Swindon Town shirt with Super League written on the back. No, I certainly won't be buying myself a Swindon shirt with Super League on the back. That's for sure. A late limbs end of season special. Yeah, no worries. Might do stuff. It depends what the schedule is. Depends what the schedule is. How quick people want this season to be over with. As for badges, as we are at the hour point, look at Desai again on a 9 rating, absolutely smashing it, leading by example. Smuts balls recovered yet? Not if you were to speak to him on the phone on Friday afternoon at work, or you were to listen to his good lady wife, who is still moaning that he is moaning. Right, we've got instructions from Tato. Kifarenko is first off for Saviola. Elber for Rossini. Agahawa for Giggs. Resting the players now. Smart management. No need to slow this one down. 4-0 on aggregate. And so nearly 5 on aggregate. It is 5. Elber scores. Is this going to be the year of the Badger? And there's the full-time whistle. 3-0 on the night, 5-0 on aggregate. Congratulations to Badgers, who have qualified for the Super League Grand Final. Match stats here. It was very, very one-sided, wasn't it? Klompe picks up Man of the Match award. Solid ratings throughout. Vikings just really struggled over 180 plus minutes. Something that Jens will have to think about should they be successful in their second chance match, which means that sometime midweek we have got East Coast versus Vikings for the right to play Badgers in the grand final. I will message all of the managers involved and see what we can come up with scheduling wise, see how quick you want this over with. But that's it. That's it for tonight. Just the 2 games. I will see you over the course of the week. But one thing's for sure, we are maximum 7 days away from knowing who the season 15 champions are. Thank you for joining tonight. Have a great rest of your evening, and I will speak to you in the week. Goodbye.